Hello guys, this is Paula and I am back for part 3 of our altered book. Now from what I'm reading, you guys are enjoying this, so we'll continue to do it. If you get sick of it, please just tell me. I will not be offended. So I didn't do anything in the book. The only thing I did this morning before starting was kind of look through some things. I didn't want you to have to spend that much time looking through things to decorate. Now, I have these fabric squares that I just want to use really bad, but I'm thinking, where can I use them? And then I looked at this and I thought, that might be pretty there, but we would have to replace this center. So I'd have to have time to fussy cut it. And I'm not going to do that during camera, but I am going to set it aside to do after the video so that we can put that there. I think it's pretty. Okay, so this page pretty much is decorated. You know, the only thing we could do different is maybe add an actual butterfly, but that would give dimension. So I'm trying to avoid anything that's not pretty flat. Now we are going to do I don't know what I did with it, but I had a library card down here. And I don't know even about it yet because it's not flat, but it's the right color scheme. Of course, we would put some collaging on it. So as far as the inside cover goes, I'm going to have to give some thought to it. And then maybe we can collage this part. But see how flat this is? I think we are safe because we have this big gap right here where I made a boo-boo, remember? So we've got room to have a little bit of dimension right there. So I'm going to keep that over to the side for now. Now we need to come up with something to go in this front pocket. Now, I pulled out a lot of things that I have already made, and the reason I did is because they're accumulating on me, and we need to make some more stuff when this runs out. So here's one, but obviously it's too pink. Has like a little bit of red going on, so we'll have to wait and see if we have a page that ends up like that. In this pocket, I was thinking, and you guys tell me what you think. I've got this journal card. Oh, which was I had upside down. Okay, so this won't be at the top. How about this one, because it has a butterfly and floral, and you journal on the back. We'll put that right there for now. Now, we'll get to a point we'll have to make these embellishments. But as long as I have something we can put in there, I say, let's do that. Now, as far as this pocket goes over here, I did add a doily on here. So that's a little dimensional. And now we need to make some things we can slide inside there. So I'm thinking, what on earth can we use in there? Now, I looked in my stash. We have this little file card. The thing I don't like about it is the button, but we'll see how it does. I'm thinking that's a good place for that because it matches the colors. I don't like that it actually covers up some of the paper here, this pretty flower. But you know what? This thing's full of flowers and we'll have plenty of time to have a bunch of flowers. Now in this pocket here, it has the doily and this little floral. I thought we could put one of these little images I found. I just thought it was adorable. And so we need to ink it. This is Children with Kittens. Isn't that cute? I don't know who it is, but if you're really interested in them, let me know. And because I've had these cut out for a little bit, let me know if you're really wanting to know, and I'll look it up. But right now, I'm sorry, I don't have that information. He likes his owner in this. He is just stretching up. He's standing on a hat box, and he's stretching up to this little girl for attention. And she's got a scratch. See right here? The kitten scratched her. So I don't think she's as happy as she could be. I am just kind of hit the high spots on these. When you have cutouts like this, if you don't ink on them, they will end up being showing a white edge, and you don't want that. You want it to blend and look like it goes. Same thing with this doily. Now, this is an oval-shaped doily. I believe it is Rocky Creations, Rachel from Rocky Creations. And it's one of her doily kits. If not her, it's Gail. Okay, now, I'm going to put this down because I don't want her to look like she's standing in the air. But I thought it would be cute to do it just like that, where you can still see the flowers to the right of her. And we'll put her right there. Yeah, I like the way that looks, don't you? I have to tell you guys, this is so much fun. I hope you're working alongside me. It's, you know, just get you some, go to Antique Paperia, and she's the one that has these beautiful papers. And Artie Mays has some. I'm trying to think of the other person. It's AY something. But for some reason, I can't, it won't spill out of my mouth. And probably because it's not an easy word, a common word that you just say every day. I want to say it's, I'll have it on the paper whenever we get started collaging the future pages here. So I thought we'd just do this at the beginning ever so often. And I was ready to start seeing what things were going to look like. And so I thought we could do it together. Now, for some reason, his little hat box is crooked. So I'm going to have to pull her up and hope for the best. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, wow, she really stuck down. Didn't take her long. Well, yeah, it's trying to tear, so no way am I going to pull that up. We'll just have a crooked hat box, or I'll set something in front of it at some point. There we go. That's how strong this glue is. That's the first time I've had it do that, where, you know. So I'm going to look in this book I've got right here beside me and see if there's something. Now, these are like planner books. They're not really just planner books, but they're used a lot in planners. This one's by Maggie Holmes. And I have 2 or 3 of these. And so I'm just going to look for something in that right color scheme to set kind of in front of this little guy. Maybe even a title. We'll see. I'm going to keep flipping here. I'm going to put it where you guys can see too. I want it to be in the right color scheme, of course. So I'm not sure what that will be, but we'll just keep flipping until we find something. There's one that says, "You make my heart happy." And this little remember would be cute in front of it. Let's just see what it will look like. I love this book because they're all stickers. I haven't used them. It'd help if it was right side up. No, don't like that. It just is too big for that area. So we do have some tags here too, but it would have to be like a small, oh, here's a small one. Let's just see. I mean, we don't have anything to lose by trying one, right? Let's see. Got to think on it. That's not going to work. I I'll have to come up with something. I have another book that has, let's see, has more little girl things, kind of, you know. It's by Paige Evans, who is my very favorite. I love watching her videos. If you don't watch Paige Evans videos, check them out. Yeah, they're awesome. So we've always got a little flower we could stick there, but she's a little girl that's gotten scratched by a cat, and I don't think she feels much like playing with her kitten now. So I'm just flipping really fast, but you can see how fun this book that Paige Evans put together is. So cute. I doubt we're really going to find anything. Maybe there's something on here. I love that all these books have little little tags with names. Well, you know, I'll spend time looking for something for this later. But now up in this pocket, I don't really have anything made for that, but we could see if this will fit. Oh, it does. Now, the only thing is it's not yellow on the page. Let's try this one. And this one's got this maroon and dark purple, but see, when it's inside the book, it looks good. So I'm thinking, or here is a nice envelope. Put it down in there. And see, that actually looks like it goes better. So this is an envelope that we collaged in a video. And you can steal some of the people's writing there. And it has an index card to journal on. So that would be your journal spot and the back of this. Now, you know, on the file card I just put in, it has journaling on it too. And so does the one here. And my key, or my thing, is that you have places to journal. And so now we're over to this page, which I'm like, I don't know. I also have this little butterfly cluster, which is flat except for just a tiny bit. Because we have these butterflies here, I'm thinking maybe that would look good up there. So let's think on that. And then we have these big ball flowers, and I can't think of what they're called. I can't believe it either, because my mom used to have them. But that's too much, I think, with that. I think we need one or the other. So I like this. And so I think we should use this. So I like it all, but, you know, it's hard to decide. I'll put it that way. All right, so let's put some glue on the back of this. And it's just barely got any dimension. I mean, just so small of amount that it definitely will not be too heavy or too bulky. Now, if we get a lot of other bulk in there, I think it could make a difference. But, yeah, I'm going to move this down, make sure you can see, just so I could put it down here. I think I'm going to do it over to the left, just a little bit where you can see the paper behind it. This, we did this in a video too a long time ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but you can go back and see how we made it if you are wanting to make any. Okay, so that took care of that page. I'm not going to adhere things to pages that are solid unless they're pretty much flat. Now here we have our crisscross pocket. And this does have butterflies on it, so that's kind of why I thought we could hook the butterflies up. Now, again, this has butterflies. I don't know if it will fit down in there. It has pink, and it at least has some of this blue. See, I really like that. What do you guys think? I was going to look and see if we could find something small, maybe like a little tag or something to put right in here. We want it to look nice when it's all said and done. And see, this would work, but I don't want to cover up that flower. So we'll find a way to use that without color. Well, and then here we have postcards. I'm thinking this one because we can save the bird for another page. Let me see. Yeah, see that? Ooh, I like the way that sticks out, don't you? Gives it just kind of a cool effect. Now, you will get bulk from filling your pockets too, but it won't be near as bad. So I'm going to hold it up here and let you see what we've done. Now, I haven't put anything in this top pocket yet because it's so tall. I was thinking we could decorate one of these time cards. Let's do that. And then, see, like already just that little bit bulked it up. That's when you start taking out pages. I need to go back and watch Gail's video on how she did it. Just, you know, to see how, if she kept everything flat. I can't remember. You know, that's terrible, but I can't remember. Okay, so let me find make sure I got everything here. I thought I'd pull out some of these things. These are from Paperia too. And she puts them in kits a lot of times. So if you buy a collage kit, she will, just these, not the ones down here. But these florals, but I like to put them on tags once you've collaged them. So we'll see what that ends up being like. Okay, we're gonna use some of our scraps. Let me get this. Is something sticking to my, that's weird. Something sticking to the back of the book. I've been gluing this morning. I've been working on my digital, papers. One of them is called Seasons, and it's quilts. So just, you know, old quilt squares, and I did one for each season. I don't know if I chose the way that most people would, but I chose the way I would. I'm going to lay this right here while we work on it. So we don't want it over the top colorful, but we want it to have some color. I like this down here for sure. We'll just kind of start laying things and see what it ends up looking like. And we can decide, you know, I like that up there. I know the text is going the opposite way, but I'm not going to worry about it because I do like that. This is the same paper, it looks like. I don't want to use the same paper up there. This is a different one. This is a different paper. But I want it to... Moving along. I'll find something over here in my teeny weeny spot. And I mean, it's teeny weeny. It is tiny. I just can get my... See this pad? It's the only thing that doesn't have junk all over it. And it has this junk. It's making me crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and tear this one while we are at this point. And then we'll tear this one. Okay. And we'll go ahead and tear the side off of this one so it will be ready. Okay. And now I was thinking that we could use that there, this here, and some of this letter. So I'm just going to tear down this section and just pull out some of the letter. And I love this letter paper. Then we could put it right here. And I'm just going to tear that portion. And then this can go right there. So I'm going to start putting it down. Yeah, this is going to be a fun. I'm already having a lot of fun doing this book, you guys. So if you haven't started one, you've got to find you a good book. Don't use a vintage book unless it's been, you know, glued, or it's just that when the spine is weak, you won't get as good results. And who knows? I don't know how mine's going to end up. I do know that it can get bulky. I'm already discovering that. Okay, we'll decorate this right here. Yeah, that's gonna look good, isn't it? How are you guys doing today? I've had some kind of day already. The dog, you know, is wanting to go out constantly because it's really pretty. And I just don't have time for her to do that today. And she has not really liked me because of that. So I had to, before I could do the video, I had to put her in her crate because she's got a little bit of an attitude today. She does that every once in a while. Well, it's just really pretty outside today. I don't want to use that. Let's see if I have some music sheet available. That's the wrong direction. That would look weird. Let me keep looking here. Let's see if I have some. No, I'll have to pull one out of this book right here. I've got stuff piled over here on this left side. You know, that's where I keep all my scraps. Oh, mercy. It is not, it is on a little on the crowded side on my table. How about this instead? I saw this and I liked it. So I don't want it to look like it's been, I'm not crazy about the words on there. So how about we do right here? Yeah, I took her out this last time. And, I mean, right before I took her out, I heard the guys mowing the yard. Took her out this last time, and she would not go potty. All she would do is try to eat grass. It's her thing. And try to eat grass and roll in the grass, which I did not like because then I have to clean her up, and it's just time I don't have today, you know. Anyway, she was so ornery. No, I don't like that. Here's some, that might look cute, but we definitely got to use our little scissors on it so that we don't have this big part here because I need to make it smaller. Okay, there we go. Put a little glue. All right. Okay, so on this one, I'm thinking we're not going to do the collage on the back because we're going to be doing a lot of collage. I may leave it. It's got lines. It's got places to go. I will do the inking on these embellishments after I have decided. What did I do with those little cards? They're right here. I wanted to pick one out to put on the top, and I'm thinking I like that one. Or I'm looking back to see what colors are on the page. It's got butterflies, and it's pinks. But let's see what else we got. Aren't these pretty? I like that one better than the first one. I'll let you see these as we go along here. That's the darkest. No, maybe it's not. Here's one that's pretty dark. This one's probably better because it's not too dark and it's kind of medium. So we'll use that. But first, let's add some... Oh, I was going to add something behind it, but I hope that doesn't make things too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I need another table just to sit and do this book. This is the most crowded. I'm right here digging in my box. This is the most crowded I think my table has been when I'm doing a video. I pulled out everything. I had no idea what I was going to do in the book, and I didn't want it to be one of those things where we just, you know, I'm going to ink this real fast because I can't get back to it later because it's on the inside. And I'm doing light inking, so we don't have to worry about things being inked really dark. I use some cheesecloth because it's probably the flattest thing you can use in the background. I'm going to cut some of that off as soon as I get it straightened up here. Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to do this upside down. It's going to look upside down, but it's because I want this to be on the bottom. Get my scissors. Come on. I'm not going to put tag toppers on them until I'm completely done. Just because it slows down our process. I say that, I may change my mind. You know how I am. Okay. Wanted that at the bottom. Get down there. It's sticking to my fingers because I have glue on them. It's not much. I'm going to have to do this sort of thing to get the cheesecloth down and cooperating. Yeah. And now I'll put the picture down. If you decide to go over and get some of these, I'd appreciate it if you let her know that I was the one that referred you. Just tell her Paula with Renewed and Crafted for You has referred me to your shop. That way she can keep track, and it does benefit me, believe it or not. I mean, I don't make money or anything, but it gets my name out there, and I'm still trying to do that. Okay, so this is how it ended up looking. I think it's pretty nice. And maybe down the road, you know, I'll go back and look at all the embellishments when we get all finished. And down the road, we can come back and look at that. Now, I have an idea for these giant pockets. I mean, we made this one, obviously. But here you go. Let me show you how this page looks. Let me go back up here. Make sure you can see the tag. Yeah, now I'm going to let this tag dry someplace besides in the book. All right, now I think we've got enough glue on this that we can change this one out. Now, it looks like we've got quite a bit done on this portion. Now, I think we need to move on to the next page. And we can always go back and add, but I would rather do less than more because you know what that's like if you don't. You regret it later. That's what it's like. Okay, so right here is where we tore the 5 pages out. Okay, and you can see the roughness right there in the seam. Now, when you do that, you need to cover it with a page by coming back this way. So I'm thinking we'll go back with a fold and a pocket like this. Now, we can do whatever we want, any way we want. So, yeah. There we go. Now, this one will come over here like this. And when we glue it, we want to make sure it's down on here. Remember, we got to keep everything flat so that when we turn it, it doesn't bulk up on us. So, we're going to take our Fabri-Tac. And we're going to go down this side. And I'm going to leave it over here like we did last time, so we don't get all that bulked up stuff going on. Okay, now we're going to bring this page over. And we need to just flatten it on here. Now, these pockets, I'll get it spit out in a minute. These pockets are a little thick, but that's why we're not putting thick embellishments. And that's why we're tearing out pages. Now, I'm going to get some paper clips. We may let this one dry. And see, we want it to go both ways. And I'll, you know, this is, like I said, trial and error for me. I really like doing it so far, though. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. I know there's a few of you that have commented and said, it's just fun to do something different, isn't it? Now, I'm going to let that dry just for a few minutes. You know, it doesn't take Fabri-Tac that long. Because I thought of something. I can't remember which page I was looking at. Oh, right here. I think I want to add, let me get my little bag of ribbon out here. I think I want to add some scallop ribbon right there. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know where I'm going to set this. I have this little thing of vintage lace that I keep here for, you know, it's so tiny that I think I want us to put it in the book. Anyway, back to the DOG. I spell it like she can spell. Anyway, all she would do is drop and roll in the freshly cut grass. Now, does that make you crazy or what? So, after I gave her a second chance, she did it again. So, her butt's in the crate right now until she can straighten up. I said, you got to straighten up. Okay, let's see how much I got there. I want to kind of cut this at an angle so it doesn't look like it's stick, or I can cut it once it is glued down. Okay, going to glue my lace down as well. It's going to look blue until it dries, but then you can't see it at all. That's what I love about the glue stick. Never thought I would use a glue stick. I was always against them, thinking that they were just, you know, a waste of money. They're not going to hold anything. Well, that's because the only ones I had really looked at are the ones the kids used in school, you know, and those are the cheapies. So I'll let this dry also, and then I'll come back and trim it. I think on those side pockets, lace like this is really kind of pretty. I'm going to go ahead and trim this one in the corner because it's not going to glue down if I don't. There we go. Now I got to put some more glue on it because I yanked it up. Yep, I yanked it up. Okay. Sopping wet. Okay, now I like the way that looks. So I really can't close this page now. Let me find a Ziploc. I use a Ziploc bag to put in between things when I have one available. Here's a small one. It'll be enough. There we go. All right, so moving along. That's drying, so we're going to move on to here. I'm thinking on this side, you know, you can run out of ideas. And I'm trying to do all the ideas at least once, and then we can do them at random, depending on what's going on with the page. Okay, so do we want to do another side pocket? It's been a while. I think we did it on the very second page. So I think it would be good. So we're going to do that. So what I'm doing is just trying to fold the paper straight. I'm not measuring or anything. Yeah, so there we go. Now, I do want to put glue on this portion that folds over. So I'm going to lay this right here. This is going to keep it stuck down in the inside of the pocket and make life a lot easier for the person that journals in it. Now it folds under, and then I'm going to lay it down and make sure I press it all down really good. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Now we're going to want to ink the top of this pocket. I know that I haven't been inking around everything. I am going to go back and do that. I'll do that off camera after each after each video. Yeah. Now see, there's a couple things you can do with this one, and I think we're going to try something different. We're going to take this paper and make a pocket right here. Sounds like fun to me. So I'm going to measure with my fingernail how far over to tear it. Let me get this right here. There we go. Okay, so we've got a torn top and bottom, but we still need to glue this together so that it stays together. We want to glue this one well because it's going to, you know, be on the edge. Get it stuck down that way. Then we'll flip it over. Yeah, let's put the glue. Oh, no, we got to put Fabri-Tac. I'm almost messed up there. So we're going to put Fabri-Tac underneath for the little pocket. We'll do that first. Like I said, none of this was pre-planned, pretty much. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. You know, hoping that I get it right. Now, this is going to have to house a skinny tag, okay? And I do have some of those. We just want to make sure. Oh, sorry, my head's in there. And it's wild. My hair's wild today. Well, I've brushed it, but I just slapped it up in a headband. You ever have days like that? You don't want to straighten it or curl it, or it's clean, but I just didn't want to style it because I wasn't going anywhere. Okay. All right, so this pocket is glued in. Now we've got to work on, and I forgot to, what did I forget to do? I forgot to ink it. That's just like me, huh? But I'm going to do like this and ink it because we'll cover, and see, I should have covered that before I glued it down. So we're not going to glue this one down and this big pocket down until we have everything decorated. Okay, so let me pull out. I have to rearrange to get anything. I know it's crazy, right? Okay, so I really like this floral. And I thought that would look really pretty under this. And I forgot to ink this, you guys. I'm losing my mind. I haven't got the habit yet. Okay. So, we'll figure it out as we go along, right? Okay, so this I want to be right in the middle as much as possible. Or somewhat in the middle. Okay. I'm just going to tear it and hope for the best. I kind of looked, but that doesn't mean anything, does it, unless you have a ruler. I think it's more fun not worrying about a ruler. Just do it, you know. I love these tear tools. I mean, they get with the program, don't they? Okay, so where, depending on where we want it here. See, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it down in this portion right here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like this so I can go around it, just like we did, like we tore the flowers in the botanical journals. Do just like this. It has a doily, it looks like, behind it, and I just want to, yeah, I want to save it. Now, I'm going to put it way down here. It looks like it's going to fit. I just need to tear it up here a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, sometimes you just got to put things where you want them, right? Okay, so we've got this. And I'm noticing this flower here. Wouldn't that look pretty on that little pocket? Let's just get it ready. I have to do things when I think about them, or they don't get done, because I forget. Are you guys like that? Am I the only one that has no memory? No, I do have a memory. But I just have noticed over the, you know, last couple years that it's not what it used to be. And the funny thing is a few months ago, my boss asked me to come back to work. And I was like, I can't even remember my name to go back to work. And he knew when I left, there was no coming back. But he still tries. He's a great, great doctor. Okay. Now that's going to go great right there. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one down because and that way we don't have to just sit here and do nothing, right? Let's just plop that one down. I love, love, love these journaling pages. I don't know. She is just very talented. I don't know how she created them, but I'm sure she doesn't create them by hand like I do. I like it to be just my design, you know, or my doilies or whatever. Okay. Now, I think this is probably dry enough that we can take the clips off. It is. It is dry enough. Okay, so we're going to put this right there. And I am going to tear just a tiny bit more off of this because I really kind of like having the book pages around the edge. You know, I just think it will look really pretty that way. Plus, you don't have to worry about them curving down inside the spine and making ugly somethings. Making anything ugly. Okay, so I like the way this is here. So I think what we're going to do is just slide it under the top portion. Since I didn't leave, you know, room to do anything else, this has got to slide under. Okay. It's hard to tell if I'm getting them straight. Just got to keep our fingers crossed, right? It really, that's the thing about this too. You can't really mess it up. That is the kind of project I like. How about you guys? I think I want this to go down last. So I'm going to lay it right up there while we finish this. Oh, this yellow's pretty too. It's got music on it, music notes on it. Let's see. It won't completely fill it, but it's close. So I'm not worrying about this top of the book because I'm going to be adding stuff down there anyway. I like the yellow. We haven't had much yellow. So, yeah. Okay. Then I'll have to find a little piece for right here. Just a itty bitty piece. You know what? See how this is pointed out? I'm going to slip that right in there. Can't be any easier than that, can it? Right down in here. Yep, perfect. Since I've been collaging, I'm learning more and more that you can make it the shape you want, and then you end up being happy with it, you know. So I would say to you, make it the shape you want. Make it have the look you want. And that works. All right. Let's see if I got too much sticky under there. I think we're good. All right. So let's see how this lace is doing. It's not blue anymore. That's a good sign, huh? Let's go ahead and trim it. I don't know if I can get in camera to trim it, you guys. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. All right. I'm trying to find places to put things. Sorry, guys. All right, I want you to be able to see, and I hope that you are. If not, if you don't see well, let me know, and I will adjust things, you know, for the next video. Sometimes you get so involved, you don't know what's going on. Okay, so let's use... Let's use... I brought out this doily. This is one of my doilies that I have. Now, this is a rough copy of it. It's not even on good cardstock. But I'm going to use some of my stuff. And I think I don't know how long this is, but I think it would look pretty right along there. So let's just see what happens. Let's just see. Okay. Move that. And this will go across here. Yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. And I think instead of tearing right there, I'm gonna break the rule and I'm just gonna trim, right? I'm just gonna make it scallop. There's no rule that says you can't do this, especially when you're decorating your own book. It's not like we're just strictly doing collage. But we're doing a lot, aren't we? I love how this little, I'm glad that I put this one in. I wasn't sure on some of mine if I wanted to include them, but there was things about each one of them I loved, you know, when I bought them. And all of my doilies are vintage, just so you know. The doilies that I will be putting in the shop once I get this all done. And once I get all the scanning and deleting and deciding on the final number kind of stuff. Yeah, it's been fun. I can tell you this much, I don't need any more doilies. And I didn't even put a tiny bit of them on. There we go. That's pretty, isn't it? If I say so myself. So, let me see what scraps we got we can finish using. Some of that. We could put some of that up there. Let me see how it would look with this. Sorry, guys. I like it. So, we got to do it. Okay, let's just bring it down a little bit and see if this will go up over it. Okay, but I'm not going to waste all of this. I'm just going to take off a little bit of it because I don't want it to, I don't want it to show, but I don't want to waste it. Now, we'll keep our fingers crossed this is the right size. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This paper is Texas Freckles. Texas Freckles. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. I really don't want it down in that spine, so I'm trying to bring it over more. Sometimes you can't prevent it, but see, like it's just wanting to stick up. Sometimes I find that the corners sometimes don't get enough glue, and so I go back and fix them when I see them like that. I'm gonna make sure this sticks down. Okay, now we can go ahead and glue down this piece. I didn't bring it down quite as much as I should have. So I'm going to put it over to this side. And then I'm going to put a strip of something right there. And I think I'm going to tear this little section off. so it will fit right here. And on this side, I'm thinking, sometimes that's not good. Okay, let me find a little piece that I think will look good right there. We could put some of the text, but I think it would look odd. So, okay, I'm just going to tear this because it's not that big. Sorry if I'm out of camera. I'm trying to, it's hard to see when I'm holding it out sometimes. I'm just doing my own thing. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this will work perfect. It'll probably be upside down, but I'll see. I guess I could flip it over. Yep, I'll just flip it over this way. I'm going to put it down in this corner. Can you guys see? Okay. Put it down in this corner. Which I missed that whole part right there, which is what I was trying to cover up. So I'm going to fix that. I'll just grab a little piece here and see if I can. I hate doing that because it doesn't look as good when you... I'm going to pull this back and add this little piece under. That way it doesn't look like... It just looks like it was meant to be that way. It doesn't look like you've made a boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? Like I did. See, that little bit of time, the glue dries when it hits the air, if it's any time at all. At least the Yoo-hoo glue does. I think Wendy and I call it Yoo-hoo. And Gail calls it something else. I can't even remember. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's put this one on. And I hope it doesn't dry before I get it all on there. You have to go pretty fast when it's a big piece, because it will get dried out if you don't. Come over here, be still. Okay. Now, and see, when you find something on your paper that is already decorative, you know, it saves you having to do too much. Now, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and add this. I think I'm going to put a little bit of ink underneath this. Not a lot, just enough that it pops off there and doesn't look like it's part of the other paper. Okay. Now that part is going to be fine, but I don't think I can get it all the way up there. We'll see. I know I'm going to have to trim this some. Can you see, guys? I know I'm all over the place because I can feel that I am. There we go. Oh, my little scissors, they're not what they're cracked up to be, but I guess they're better than nothing, huh? They do fine on long cuts, but it's okay. Now let's, wrong glue. wrong glue. So we're gonna just go in circles, hit the edge and go in circles. It's the way I like to do it because you get plenty on here. I really shoot for the book staying together. I know there's no guarantees, but I like it. I like to feel like they're going to stay put. Let's see. Yeah, kind of like that, guys. I don't know about this going down into the spine, though. I think I'm going to try. I'll probably have to cut it with my... It wasn't wanting to stick, and that would just be a nightmare. Whoops. My glue falling over. All right, let me see how much time we've got. We are over an hour, so we're going to have to wrap it up, but we're at a good place to do that. So I'm going to trim off this portion right here and see what we've done real quick. We'll do a little bit of a flip back through. Now see, when we do this right here, I think I'm going to use... We're going to do it in the second video, but I'm going to use this or some kind of script paper. All right. I like the way that turned out. Here is our little pockets, our little collage, our little girl, another collage. I'm going to try to do some kind of collaging on every element we put in here, okay? But the backs will always be for journaling. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I'd really appreciate it if you're new watching my channel to subscribe and hit that little bell. It will give you notifications when I have a new video up. Alright guys, I appreciate you all. Welcome to the new subbies. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.